привет! Вы на канале Игровой демон. Ну что ж, дорогие друзья, начинаем с вами продолжать проходить Noire. Извиняюсь, что, ребят, стрим начал так поздно, потому что ребят, со мной была девушка, и я ходил ее провожать. Так что давайте, всем приятного просмотра. Если что, я еще ягодки, ребят, ем. Закусывать надо ведь чем-то. Сейчас я, ребят, проверю, звук есть. А то у меня могут наушники еще барахлить. Сейчас я, ребят, проверю, звук есть. Да, звук есть, ребят.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table. And the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from
О, кто-то зашел. Привет, привет.
Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Так. Так, давайте посмотрим, что у нас есть. Так, место преступления. Так. Угу. Так. Фу, сейчас посмотрим, ребят. Стримить, ребят, я смогу недолго, потому что, по идее, я скоро уже, ребят, лягу спать. Мне завтра на работу. Так что, ребят, постримлю где-то до 11. До 11 постримлю и достаточно. А в пятницу, ребят, в пятницу ждите стрим. Так что вот как-то так, ребят. Стрим немного отстает, но ничего страшного. Так.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
The Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Так. Так.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp,
Интересно, что
another
тут, ребят,
message.
у нас?
Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Move it along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Scram.
Надеюсь, ребят, это не одна и та же локация, которая была. А нет, уже следы крови видны. Ох, ебать, честная. И чё, как пройти?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Ну чё, ребят, давайте смотреть. Так, ну тело я, ребят, посмотрю потом. Потому что я сейчас хочу поставить другие улики. Тело посмотрим, ребят, в последнюю очередь. Так, это что у нас?
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Ага. Так, помада. Зеркало. А, это расческа. Мне показалось, ребят, это, ребят. Так, расческа никакого отношения не имеет. Угу, что-то еще нашли.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Так. Ну-ка. Не подходит. А, все ясненько, ребят. Ага. Угу. А, это зажигалка, ребят. Я-то думаю, что это такое?
Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Ух ты. Нормально. Ребят, на вид обычный глобус, а такой сюрприз внутри ждет. Честно говоря, я бы прикурил бы с такой зажигалочки. это что у нас, сигарета? Это нам не пригодится. Сумку мы смотрели. Похоже, тут, ребят, ничего нету. Ладно, давайте, ребят. Ну-ка. А, следы еще есть.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8.
Так.
For me to compare back at the lab.
Следы крови. И они ведут сразу к женщине, к труп женщины, ребят. Ну-ка.
Has the scene been secured?
Patrolman Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Cause of death?
It could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped. The cuts look superficial.
Охренеть, так изуродовать тело, ребят. Что же за изверг, ребят, это мог сделать?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench.
Ебать, честная. Ну-ка же, ребят, руку давайте осмотрим.
What about this wound on the finger?
Рана на
Something
пальце.
removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Ага. Понятно. Давайте посмотрим на эту, ребят, руку. Блин, господи, ты бы руки потом после этого помыл бы. Иди к черту. Любопытненько.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Can we get to the bomba? Man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Ребят, походу я тут все осмотрел. Давайте посмотрим следующее место. Так. Поехали на нашей машине.
You're behind the wheel.
The werewolf? For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. We've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note in the corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stum. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town. Another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't. Understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
Так, ладно. Ладно, идемте, ребят.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here while it's parked. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
I got a call back for that Universal Tourist line.
You want it?
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is... was a lovely woman.
Так, подозреваемого видели с жертвой.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Сейчас посмотрим.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Я какую-то ачивку, ребят, получил. Дар убеждения. Жертва украдено кольцо.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Was it valuable? Could it be motive for her murder?
Who could say these days? I think it had more sentimental than monetary value.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap. They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue.
А я-то думал, ребят, я на все 3 вопроса ответил правильно. Ну ладно, новая задача. Смотреть дом Селин Генри. Так, ладно, новое место, ребят. Угу.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Mm-hmm.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
Вот мы, ребята, приехали. Сейчас тут, походу, либо будет допрос, либо улики искать будем. Угу.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Окно даже, ребята, разбито. Видно то, что дом-то заброшенный. Ну, не сказал бы, что он заброшенный, ребят. Но окна разбиты. Да еще и окно, ребят, старое.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Так, ладно, хорошо. Телефон. Ага.
Not sure this means much.
Уже что-то нашли. Угу.
Circumstantial. Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Угу. Так. Угу.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
Угу.
Nope.
Так, вся квартира разобрана на части, ребят. Ну-ка, это что? Ух ты, что-то интересно.
Tiffany? The rest of this stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Так.
A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Угу.
Doesn't look like
Обычный хлам. Угу. Ну и бардак, ребят. Отвечаю, ну и бардак.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thank you.
Так. Так, тут у нас что? А, мы тут уже все смотрели. Тут есть еще одно место, где мы не были. А, тут мы еще не были, ребят. Угу.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Ну-ка, во дворе что-то имеется? Следы какие-то. А нет, это просто носки висят. Это сортир, и так понятно. Ну, вроде, ребят, все посмотрели, все, что можно было. Все места осмотрели. Так, дом семьи Генри. Так, выбрать место. Хотя, подождите, не все мы тут еще смотрели. Мне кажется, если тут показывается дом, то тут что-то еще есть. Давайте внимательно смотреть, ребят. Так, там уже были. Так, а что там за дверь такая? А не показалось. Ладно, ребят, выбираем другое место и погнали, вот тут посмотрим.
You can drive.
Капец, ребят, я еще и спать хочу. Капец.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
Угу.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh,
for
my God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I get even the slightest hint of your flight risk, pal. You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber. He'll be back at
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
Так, понятно. А, еще биты, ребят.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Угу. Так, ну вот сюда нас, ребят, не пускает. А вот тут уже что-то интересно.
Size 11s.
Угу. Ну, вроде бы все, ребята, смотрели, больше улик нету. Музыка больше не играет, ребят. Ладно, давайте допросим его. Так, передвижение жертвы, последний контакт с жертвой, мотив убийства.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but Right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Угу. Улики. Так, подождите, ребят. Чтоб нам...
I've had just about enough of you.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
So you were here, tucked up in bed, while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night, and I answered the phone.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
Mm-hmm.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Дозлили мужика.
Let's just leave it at that.
А как драться, кстати? Я забыл, ребят.
You're not...
Ребята, как драться-то, блин, я забыл. Блин, я реально забыл, как драться, ребят.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife.
Ребят, пока я не разберусь, как драться, мне кажется, мы не пройдем эту миссию с
Kill my
вами.
own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
You're not being rational.
Let's just leave it at that. What's this bunker?
You're awful hot under the collar for an innocent man, Mr. Henry.
И реально, как драться-то? Ну-ка, если, например, ребят, не знаю.
This doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
Я не знаю, как...
Being rational. This doesn't look good for you,
А
Jacob.
вот уже что-то получается. Хрена с два, ребят. Ребят, вообще не понимаю. Как драться? Господи, даже игра даже не может подсказать, как тут драться,
We're still gonna
блин.
need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
Опять.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob.
Твою мать.
Up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
You're awful hot under the collar, folk.
А, вот, догадался.
What's this bunker?
Как сообразил, ребят, как драться. Да выебывался,
Call it
братан.
in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Я уж думал, ребят, сейчас застряну тут.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Mm-hmm. Так, ребят, посмотрим, куда можно поехать. Так. Угу.
Can you drive to this one? Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Так. Угу. Так, тут уже, ребят, какая-то уже подсказка.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Ага. Так, квартира 16. А полюбасом наверху находится. Так, стоп.
Here. The apartment's up on the top floor.
Угу. Так, 5, 7, 8. Так, это 9, это уже 6-я квартира. А нам надо, ребят, цифру 16. Так, 9, 10, 11, 12. Значит, еще, ребят, выше. Так, 13, 14, 15. Вот она, ребят.
Help me out.
Let's follow Jacob back to the station. Something about getting jumped makes me all itchy to lock him up.
Угу.
Nothing significant. Not much help. Seems irrelevant.
Угу. А, это та дверь, которую мы открыли, понятно. Так, тут у нас что? Ух ты. А вот это уже интересно.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
Угу. Ага.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
Got the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there!
Как всегда, ребят, погоня. Не удивлен, ребят.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
Угу. Ох ты, зараза.
Get in and drive.
Блин, я-то думал, ребят, придется нам... Блять. Кошмар. Ну и вождение, ребят. Вот почему я всегда, ребят, прошу напарника, чтобы он, ребят, меня возил в точке А, в точку Б. С меня водитель такой себе. Вот поэтому, ребят, я и прошу напарника всегда мне помогать в вождении.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
Так, вот теперь, ребят, я точно его не упущу. У него, в принципе, машина, ребят, такой же марки, как у нас. Хотя нет, ребят, другая совсем.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Мы даже, ребят, не туда поехали, я офигеваю.
Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Добегался, братан. Я смотрю, добегался. Так. Внезапная остановка. Так, и что теперь?
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Но если не будешь говорить, будем пытать.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect, and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand
it. Так, ну понятно, ребят, дело раскрыто. Опять здесь? Ну ладно.
You pump through my veins, 'cause I'm burning up for you.
А, вон, ребят, показывают, чем ударили-то.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard.
Ребят, подождите, что за новое место? О, кто-то написал. Чё как, здоров? А, привет. Да нормально, у тебя чё как?
Outrageous. You know the way. You can drive.
Did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Меня долго не было, я на
See, I knew
отпуске
you
был,
were
сам
fast
понимаешь.
learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
А, как отдохнул? Как отдохнул, чем занимался в отпуске? Нормально, на море 2 балла.
Now, boys, you
классно.
know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have 2 of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the
Волны с размером моей мамы.
Aren't there similarities between this murder and the
Да
murder of
ладно.
Celine Henry?
Серьезно?
And of Elizabeth Short, for
So
that
you don't
matter.
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to be that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
Меня чуть не утопило.
Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Ну главное, что ты не утопился. Главное, что остался живой, это самое главное. Уже что-то радует.
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Так. Ну чё, ребят, давайте искать улики, как всегда. Варианта никакого нету. Только искать, еще и искать. Так, ладно, идемте туда.
If olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from?
А мы, ребята, же не туда идем, наверное, да? Или чё? А нет, как раз туда и идем. А вот и, кстати, первая улика. Это машина? А нет. Сбор искателей улик. Да, верно.
All these cops. It's got to be something big, right?
А вот там уже, ребят, что-то интересное. Ну-ка. Нет. О! А нет, это листья. Мне показалось, это как раз кровь. А вот и улики, ребят. Первая улика — следы.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
А опять эта девушка. А нет, уже на это раз другая. Давайте поищем сначала, ребят, другие улики, а девушку в последнюю очередь. Ага.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
The
Денежка.
motive was robbery. Why not take the money?
Что тут еще у нас есть? А, все что ли? Допустим. Так, стоп. Так.
Probably nothing.
Угу. Так, на этот раз женщина, ребят, другая, сразу видно.
Look at your mark, it's very
distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Видно, что тоже топтали, ребят.
What's this mark? A cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand. A wedding or engagement ring. Violently removed.
Угу. Понятно.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Угу. Так, а тут у нас что? А вот теперь понятно, что ее топтали. Не, руку-то мы смотрели уже. Не то, ребят, не то. Понятно.
Detectives, R&I says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Угу. Ладно, ребят, тут делать больше нечего. Поехали.
Please tell me what's going on.
You're behind the wheel.
По-прежнему, ребят, пускай охранник, ребят, едет. Ой, тьфу-то охранник, блин, мой помощничек.
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? You know, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Then don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Так, ну ладно, куда едем сейчас? Так, интересно, это что такое? Угу.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Так, ладно, давайте, ребята, смотримся опять. Ребят, в какой дом бы мы ни заходили, везде, ребят, на кухне какие-то улики лежат.
partner will explain everything when he gets back.
This isn't what we're looking for.
There's nothing to worry about.
Так, опять какая-то улика. На этот раз стакан уже, ребят.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Понятно. Так, это что у нас?
I doubt it.
Так, тоже не подходит. Так, ну тут уже все нашли. Так, а здесь что? Башмаки чьи-то.
Work boots. Size 8.
Ага. Такой же размер обуви. Так, это что? Опять драгоценность, ребят, исчезла. Так, это что у нас? И тут все пропало.
No sign of a wedding ring.
Понятно. Так, а тут у нас что? Эта дверь, к сожалению, ребят, не открывается. Так, давайте, ребят, пройдемся еще раз, потому что что-то мне кажется, что мы тут не все осмотрели. Кухню осмотрели. Тут у нас что? А, тут у нас, ребят, улица. Давайте осмотрим участок. Ну тут, ребят, вообще музыка не играет. Тут, походу, ребят, вообще ничего нету такого. Ладно, давайте ее допросим. Мы все нашли, походу.
Is this about mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
And did he come and get you?
Of course. Some boys offered me a ride home, but that's not the right thing to do.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
You seem reluctant to talk about her jewelry.
It's a touchy subject with Daddy. He thought she wasted too much money on her appearance.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Your mom and dad never got angry with each other? They were happy?
Well, not like the movies. Not like you read about in books.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once.
Да подожди!
I did it again. I bought her a brooch pin to make up for it.
Сейчас закончу.
Always wore her golden butterfly.
I know this is a tough time for you, Michelle, but you should really try and help the police.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What the... But she only...
Нервничай.
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Приходи через 5 минут.
You always wear size 9s?
Sometimes 10s. Depends on the brand. Foreign shoes have different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So you were here all night? You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
You got any way of confirming this story of yours?
You son of a bitch. You come here making all these accusations.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Was your wife unreliable?
No.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
I think you went with her, but you didn't go to the school. What really happened, Waller?
You're making this stuff up, and I'll dare anyone to prove any different.
Так.
Damn you. I don't even get a chance to grieve, and you go and start pointing the finger at me. You can go to hell.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, God damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
Так, еще что есть тут, ребят?
I'm not a killer. No matter what you think.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea.
Офигеть, никаких правильных ответов,
Make
ребят.
some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
One, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. Two, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. Three, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Ах ты зараза, убежать
Step
захотел.
away from the incinerator.
Так и знал, что с тобой что-то не так.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Попался. А говорил, что не убивал. Ага. Понятно. Ох
This
ты.
doesn't look good, Hugo. Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking
Понятно все с тобой.
and inform the captain.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Ладно, дорогие друзья, давайте тут мы с вами закончим. Кому понравился стрим, подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайки, ребят. А я либо начну стрим в субботу, либо в пятницу, ребят. Так что давайте, ждите либо пятницу, либо субботу. Давайте, всем удачи, всем пока-пока-пока-пока.